Hey y'all, welcome back to the Brandy Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brandy Yvonne. Here on my channel, we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows. This particular video, we are talking about OWN's new show. Comes on Friday night. If y'all have not checked it out yet, it is Family Empire Houston. It is Carlos King production. Okay, you know how you do. Anyway, this is season 1, episode 4, Kara Meltdown. Please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button for me, y'all. This is still a growing channel. Definitely hit that like button. Make sure you watch the video all the way through. Check out uh, my latest content after you watch this video. Let me know what y'all think in the comments of this episode, all the different issues going on, and share the video where y'all like to share y'all content. I know I'm late. Okay. I was outside all weekend, y'all. I was literally outside. Outside. Okay. Like too much tequila outside, okay? Day party outside. About the next day outside, yes. And then work started this week, so there's that. Anyway, y'all, let's get into this review because I gotta go to bed, gotta get back into this work routine. I'm not looking forward to it, but the kids gotta come back to school. Anywho, also before I get into the review, shout out, I think her name was Candy something. I can't remember the whole YouTube handle, but somebody from the Brayton family, and I believe they said Jackie was their auntie, so they're one of the cousins. They were in my comments, so I did ask that person if they're going to be appearing on the show. I'm not sure. If you watch my next review, let me know in the comments or reply to my comment, so we can look for you in the show. But yeah, so that was pretty cool to see that the family, is tuning in to us YouTubers. All right, so let's get into the episode. So basically, the episode picked up where they left off last week, where they're at. I believe his name is Justin. I'm trying to get better with the names, y'all. Justin had a music performance, right? And Justin is Jamisha's husband. Now I can't pinpoint what kind of music he doing. Is it like R&B, jazz? I couldn't pinpoint what kind of genre it was. But it was cute. He was good. He was good. He's at Cigar Lounge. He doing things. He's doing things. Go ahead, Justin. So they getting into the whole situation with Lakeisha and Caramel, and they feeling in Quita on the text that Lakeisha sent to everybody, because remember, Quita was down in Mexico living her best life. So she didn't know what was going on. So they were trying to fill her in. And so they were like, yeah, Nicole got it started. And so Nicole's like, no, I thought I, addressed myself very well. They were talking about what happened at the brunch. But how Lakeisha wasn't feeling all that. And she didn't like that they were having conversations behind her back without her, which, I don't blame her. So there's okay, be quiet, y'all. Here they come. So Lakeisha and Caramel, who you see in the background here. Okay. So they come on down to the cigar lounge, right? And the ladies somehow bring up what happened. Well, Caramel went down to the bathroom first. So they're talking to Lakeisha only, but then Caramel joined them. And they're talking about what happened from the brunch and how everything went down. And they didn't like the timing of Caramel getting all up into it with Lakeisha because her mama had just passed, right? However, Caramel said, no, let me back up. Aunt Nikki said she is the one who sent the text to Lakeisha's ex and told her, hey, Lakeisha's mom just passed. You might want to reach out. And so that's how Lakeisha's ex ended up calling her. Now, Caramel said, seeing this on the phone, and she didn't know that Aunt Nikki got it popping. She didn't know if Lakeisha is the one she thought Lakeisha is the one that reached out to the ex. And so that's why Caramel was upset, because at the time she didn't know why the ex was coming through, but she didn't like it, right? Now, my thing is Aunt Nikki. I get it if you guys were really close to this particular ex, and I'm assuming so, if you felt like you could reach out to her. But girl, no. Like, you could do that eventually, but not that soon. Like, I don't know, that was just a little weird. Like, I don't know if I would want a family member reaching out to one of my exes if one of my family members passed like that. I don't know. That's a little like that's kind of a boundary. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments. It depends on the relationships and things like that. But especially if I got somebody new, you got to tread lightly. I'm gonna say tread lightly, Aunt Nikki. Tread, girl. You need to tread lightly. You being a little messy. You be a little messy. So, Keisha was like, Keisha said the ex reached out. It wasn't nothing inappropriate, but Caramel was upset about it. So Quita said, I understand, if Lakeisha was up to doing something, because you know how Lakeisha is, she can have some tendencies, girl. She might have been trying to do something, so I understand. I was like, did you just basically call this girl a pro to her face and said she was doing something on the side? The girl, now Lakeisha never said something happened with her and the ex. Now I felt like it was something extra that Lakeisha's not saying on camera, because Caramel, you that man from a phone call. But Caramel did say she set the boundary because she didn't want to go through what she went through before. But I feel like, is there something else to it? It got to be something else to it. So in the professional Quita was like, we all know that Keisha got them, pro tendencies, and she talking about do the little calculator thing, when you flip it upside down and it said HOE. And she was like, she might have been, she may not done it with X, or maybe she's trying to do a little stinky link with X. We know how Lakeisha is. I was like, dang, girl, for real. Lakeita is Jaquita, whatever her name is, child. She's loose cannon. So anyway, Lakeisha looked shocked, like, dang girl, okay. Tell my business. So then Caramel's like, yeah, I didn't know at the time. So y'all had like a little thing for Lakeisha when her mom passed. And I left upset because that was the reason why. So Nicole was like, no, the thing is, we didn't like the timing of it because, even if that did happen, like her mom just passed. And so the girls are like, yeah, like if my husband was cheating on me, but then his mama died, I'm not about to, say nothing about him, say nothing to him about it then. I call BS on that. Because you don't know how you gonna act. Because that's a lot of emotions, right? That's a lot happening at once. You can't say you're not gonna call him out in that moment just because his mama died. Because I can't say, if my person was cheating on me and then I found out their mom passed, I can't say, oh, I'm gonna reserve my, going off on them until, we get past this situation. I can't say that because you don't know how you're gonna react, right? I mean, maybe you would be nice enough to do that, but maybe not. And does that make you, mean or a bad person if you do go off on them when they mama passed? Y'all don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think of that in the comments. What y'all would do if you were in that situation, right? So Nicole kept saying it was the timing, because her mama passed because her mom had just passed. So every time she said, Carlos King Productions had a side effect. So every time she said it, they kept playing this particular noise. And she said, your mom passed, and because your mom passed, but remember when your mom passed? She said it so many times. And I was like, girl, she knows. So I was even irritated with Nicole in that moment. So at this point, Lakeisha's getting frustrated because, of course, it's a trigger. You keep saying, my mama passed, my mama passed, my mama passed. Thank you. I get it. So she's like, you know what? I'm tired of talking about it. I don't want to talk about it no more. Like, let's go. So she got up, but Caramel was lingering and they were still talking. And, the girls, now mind you, the girls was getting all loud and stuff. And it was about to be Justin's performance. They quieted down for Justin to perform. He said he was very upset because they, being all out at the performance, he need, his wife to tame him. Then when he got off the stage, they went back into it. So they was like, so Carrie, how do you feel about all this? Like, really? I was like, y'all doing too much. Y'all doing way too much for me. I don't even blame Lakeisha and Caramel. The family was wrong. Ain't no kind of, it was wrong. I get y'all trying to call Caramel out and protect your family and stand up for your family. That's great. That's beautiful. That's wonderful. But y'all do it like whatever Lakeisha and Caramel had going on at the end of the day is between Lakeisha and Caramel. Okay. Because we don't know what Lakeisha did. We don't know if Caramel's overreacting. Yeah, Caramel's timing, maybe it could have been better. I don't know. But y'all doing way too much for me. Anywho, let me make sure I got the right did I change this to the right description, y'all? Yeah, I did. Okay. Anyway, I forgot to put the season and episode for family Empire Houston. That's what I did wrong. Anyway, y'all know it's season 1 of so forth. Anywho, um, so like I said, Lakeisha got up, she stormed out. She was like, let's go, let's go. I'm tired of talking about, I'm tired of talking about my mama died. So she left and they was like, we understand what happened. Like, we tired of things not being resolved. Like, but they was like, but you keep saying, her mama died, like that could be a trigger. And they was like, Quita's like, I want to start crying if somebody was doing that. And so they understood. Justin came over there, not Justin, Chris came over there, talked to them. He's like, y'all know y'all family, y'all know what y'all papa said at the time. And then and Nikki gets upset because what's her name? Monay said, it's a lot. She trying to defend her girlfriend. She trying to do this and do that. And Nicole said, I understand, like, I'm gonna defend my spouse as well. And so Janae, or sorry, Monay was like, it's a lot for her. And so they're like, let's give her some space, let's restart, let's get it, let's move forward. And then Chris, like I said, was over there, he was talking to them, and he's saying, y'all papa, like, he would want y'all to do better than this. What would he say? And so then all of a sudden Aunt Nikki starts boo-hooing, and I'm talking boo, oh, I'm just trying to do the right thing, da, 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 da. And I was like, everybody's like, girl, why are you crying? Like, Aunt Nikki, you was being dramatic. Like, I love Aunt Nikki, but she was doing too much. Girl, you put 20 on 10. Girl. I think Aunt Nikki, now I don't know if it's him saying Papa triggered her. I can give her that. Or she felt bad and guilty for getting the mess started and she was drinking too much and it all came to be too much. I don't know, but girl, why are you crying that way? Why are you crying that way? So anyway, moving on. So the next thing we see is Nicole, she's in the car. She's headed to Quita and Chris's house, but on the way she talks to Jamisha, and they just rehashed the night. They said they had a good time, but Jamisha did say, "Hey, my husband was upset because we was being too loud down to the performance at the cigar lounge," and so she said, they didn't understand why Nikki got so upset. They do want to reach out to Lakeisha and check on her, and they want to figure out how to move forward, but she's on her way to talk to Quita and Chris about that contract. So they go to Quita and Chris's house. And she just come in the house and, hey, yelling and stuff and being real loud. She's talking to Quita and the dog. And then she said, where Chris at? She's like, Chris, come down here. I was like, girl, how you gonna be in this lady house just yelling for her husband like that? I mean, I know they family and all, but girl, you doing a bit much as well. So they sit down. She presents them with the contract. So he has a new contract. She's reading the terms. She's just going to read the terms and then and go over everything. And then I'll give you a chance to look over it and we can discuss it. Okay, we're on the same page. Great. By the way, Nicole, your outfit was cute, girl. That black leather and them boots. So she's reading the contract. So basically, Chris, we want you to do this. We want you to do that. We want you to take over the social media. You want you to do this. We want you to do that. Like, it was a lot. I was like, what? They want Chris to do way more than it sounded like he was doing before. Quita in her question was like, child, I'm getting tired and hungry. Like, when is dinner? So Quita want to eat, yeah. So anyway, and she said, you will be getting the same salary you were getting before. So Quita's like, hold up. Did you say he will be getting the same salary that he was getting before? She was like, yes, girl, he'll be getting the same salary that he's getting before. And we're like, oh, okay. She's like, but this sounds like a lot more work. And so she's like, well, we compared your salary to competitive companies as well, and it was about the same. So that's what you're getting. He said he would look it over and get back to her. He was not feeling it. He said it was sounding like a bad record label deal, and that's what it was giving. Girl, that's what it was giving. He said, tell your sister, your cousin not to be giving me these 365 deals no more. Like, this is too much. And so Quita and Chris both were not feeling it, but especially Chris, and I don't blame him. Like, girl, you having him doing all this extra work, you could give him a little bit more. Now, we do have a contract. Thank God, because I've been saying get this contract done. Now, so then, speaking of Quita, no, Jamisha. Let's go to Jamisha. Jamisha and Aunt Nikki, they're in the office and they meet up, and Jamisha checks on Aunt Nikki. She's like, what happened? What happened with you at the event? You got really upset. And she's like, yeah, I just thought I was, helping and all that. And she was like, okay, I don't want to be mean. Like, don't take this wrong. She's like, okay, don't say it if you're going to say that. She's like, okay, I won't say it. She's like, no, go on, tell me. She's like, but girl, you've been a little dramatic. Like, you put 20 on 10 that crying, girl. And so she was like, okay. well, if I'm dramatic, then what are you? She was like, yeah, I guess they're running the family because Jamisha is also very dramatic, and she is. So she got some theatrics about herself. She funny. So and Nikki said, she felt bad and she didn't know where she stood with Lakeisha, but Lakeisha had reached out to her and checked on her, so she felt good about that. And that was nice of Lakeisha because technically she didn't really have to do that because they was coming at her and her girl. So that was nice of Lakeisha. And then they switched the conversation over to business about the land that Jamisha's trying to get. So she said she's going to talk to Aunt Cheryl and Aunt golly, what's the other one name? Dorothy, I want to say. And I guess one of them got a doctor's appointment, so she's gonna take them to the doctor's appointment and use that time to talk to them and try to win them over. And she feels like, Nicole keeps saying, you got to make sure Granny agrees. And so, and Nikki was like, no offense to Nicole, but I think you're the one to do this because you're the most respected one. And she's the oldest grandchild, so I get it. And Nikki was like, Jamisha better tread lightly. Like, it's a good idea, but them G1s, you better, and Dorothy, Cheryl, whoever, you gotta be careful with them. You better tread lightly. So she gonna have a work cut out for her, right? So then Jaquita, speaking of Jaquita, when Nicole was at her house, she mentioned her anniversary's coming up and Chris didn't want to help to plan it. And she feels like she got to do all the planning. So they're going to go to do Zydeco, I believe. So anyway, yeah, we see, before the date, we see Jaquita working out with Monay and Lakeisha. Monay's really into fitness. Quita meets up with the trainer at the gym or wherever they were working out. And he's like, do you have any health or concerns or injuries I need to be aware of? She said she got a heel spur, she got arthritis, she got asthma, she got a, sprained her ankle at one time, she got this and that. I was like, girl, what? Are you sure you're ready to work out? So she got all these issues. She said she's trying to get rid of her, like the food pie area. She called it something else, vajomic or something like that. She called it. The trainer was looking like, ugh. So they go outside to work out in the heat. Ooh, child. And she was not trying to do the workout. She was giving no energy. Keisha came in there with donuts. That would be me. But I would do the workout and then eat the donut. That's where I go wrong. But I'm trying, y'all. I'm really trying. So they did the workout, and then afterwards they sat down and talked about, what happened at the event. And Monay said that she felt, or Quita said that they felt like this was a better and safer space to talk to Keisha because she's closest with Quita and Monay, which I was surprised, or maybe not surprised, but I found interesting, I should say, because Monay and Nicole and Lakeisha are sisters, but I believe Monay is younger than Nicole and Keisha. They're the same age because they're the ghetto twins. So that's interesting that Monay ended up bonding more with Lakeisha. I think Nicole's issue and what we're going to see in the next episode is the fact that I think wrapping her head around the fact that her dad had a whole outside situation going on. I think that's where Nicole's issue probably comes up, and that's probably why she has a wall up when it comes to Lakeisha, right? And you see that happen when it comes to those kind of situations, right? So anyway, they were talking about that, and Monay was asking Lakeisha, is she ready to do therapy with Nicole and all those good things. I wonder why, Monay won't be there, but maybe because she doesn't have the same issue as Nicole does with Lakeisha. I don't know. And she's like, yeah, I never did it before, but she's, hoping it goes well, having a positive attitude, but she's scared because she does have a hard time opening up to people. And so yeah, she's gonna try to do that. And she said, she was triggered that night from them saying, her mom died and all that, which is totally understandable, right? They was trying to hook up Monay with the trainer. He bounced. He wasn't interested. But girl, he wasn't giving nothing. And Monay is a very pretty girl. Yeah, nah, girl. Anyway, then we see Quita go down to the place where they were doing like is it Zydeco dancing, and then they're gonna do the dancing, and then someone was preparing dinner for them. Both of the guys looked the same to me. Was that just me? So of course, what's his name? Chris was running late. She said she was all mad. She's like 8 minutes because he said he's 8 minutes away. She's like, I'm hungry. Like, hurry up and get here. And already I had to plan this myself because if I would have left it up to him, we were just sitting at home staring at each other. I was like, oh, girl, you just want to eat. No shade, but you just want to eat. And I get it because I likes to eat. I likes to eat too. So he finally got there. Well, she started dancing with the instructor first. He got there. She was like, "Oh, you keep counting, you offbeat, and da da da." Like she's just giving him a hard time during the dance. I can't tell if she's playing or serious. She was laughing though, so maybe she's just playing. The instructor told them they did very good, but make sure she lets him, take the lead just like at home because she was not trying to let him lead. And Chris even said the Braden women are very strong, like they will, try to lead you if you let them. And that's what they're all giving. That's what they're all giving. I don't get so much of that from Jamisha with her husband, but maybe we haven't seen enough yet, right? But I definitely get that from Nicole. Like she's very much giving no nonsense, and I definitely am getting that from Quita. Like, anyway, they sat down to talk and eat dinner and talk about where they are at because this is like their 6th or 7th year anniversary and how the last 6 or several years have went. And she feels like they've been stagnant, and he felt like she's like, we need to get on the same page. He felt like with the dancing kind of showed they were finally kind of getting on the same page. And she's like, yeah, you did better with it than I thought you did, even though you got your 2 left feet. And she said she feels like they're still not where they're supposed to be. They haven't gotten a house yet, and I was surprised. So y'all renting? I was very surprised about that. Or does she mean another house? I mean, either way, I ain't judging. I was just shocked because she used to be a pharmacist and now she's a realtor. So unless she's waiting on him to do something, maybe. Anyway, so she said, they're not where they're supposed to be, where she wants them to be. She, they want to have another kid, but she still feels like they're not where they're supposed to be. She said in a confessional that he used to work at an oil and gas company and he got laid off, and she feels like that did something to him mentally, like kind of lost his mojo. Now he feels like he's a worker. He's trying to, of course, he's gonna do whatever he has to do to support his family. Whatever she wants him to do, he gonna do it. She feels like he's kind of lost that, and she said he's new to the entrepreneurship with this photography company. I'm assuming photography was his passion, right? And that's why he started the business. And so she said, he's new to that. And he was saying, of course, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to support my family. And she brought up the contract, like, are you gonna sign that contract? And he was like, of course, I'm gonna take a good look at it. And, if I gotta do it, I'll do it. But he said, you never know, on the day of, I may not, um, I may not sign it. It just depends on how I feel. And she's like, well, you gotta consider me. Like, I work for them too. I get a paycheck for them as well. And I can't just not do what I got to do and not get paid. Like, we need to look at basically she is saying we need to look at our finances and make sure like you're making the best decision for the whole family. And he's like, I know I got to support the family. She's like, because, he was like, I don't want you to have to carry the load. She's like, well, at one time I did have to. And that's what it was giving. I kind of figured that before she even said it. And he was like, well, that's, marriage, that's how it's going to be sometimes. Sometimes you carrying the load, sometimes I'm carrying the load. And that's true. I feel like she said she, wants to let him lead, but sometimes, he don't be doing stuff right. Or she's like, if you want to take be the man and lead, then take over and lead and do what you're supposed to do. I don't know. They marriage, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. And especially she used to be a pharmacist. I wonder how much did he make at the oil and gas company. I don't know how much she respects him. I'm not sure if she respects her husband. I'm just outside looking in from what we got so far. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. But she doesn't give me, I really respect my man like that, like that. Okay. It's giving irreplaceable. I mean, it's giving you are replaceable, I should say. Anyway, I was like, did y'all enjoy your anniversary dinner or not? So then now mind you, Jamisha and Nicole had met up at one point, and they were talking about the whole contract thing and how Chris, said he didn't want to sign, he didn't like the contract. And he feels like that's a lot more work. And Jamisha's like, well, at the end of the day, that's family, that's my sister, that's my brother-in-law, and I don't want to take away from their household, a paycheck and all that. Nicole's like, when we gonna stop, pulling this family card? Jamisha said that's Oscar Reed Jr. Like, at the end of the day, family and all that, how you feel don't pay the bills, which it don't. It don't. So Nicole, she had tried to call Chris, but he did not answer. um, and so Jamisha's like, yeah, this is too much. So then they moved on from talking about Chris, and they were saying, if Chris doesn't sign the contract, let me back up. They said if he doesn't sign it, they're gonna have to replace him very soon because they want to do more marketing, they want to do different things. They also want to get into more luxury. So they did show that Nicole closed on that house for 1.4 million with the doctor. Shout out to that for the doctor and Nicole. So she said, they want to do more luxury. They don't want to be known for just like affordable housing. They want to be known for like the number one luxury brand and number one luxury real estate company in Houston. And I was like, okay, go on luxury. I'm not mad at it. Like, how do I get to this status? So I can be getting luxury homes, and luxury homes in Houston start at 1 million. Child. Okay. Very different than Cali. I ain't gonna even go there. So yeah, they want to get into the luxury real estate gang, which I think is really cool. So I believe the last scene we get is, Nicole said Chris had ghosted her all week. Let him tell her he on vacation. She's like, when she's talking to Jamisha, she's like, what other company can you work for where you gonna tell them what you gonna do? I'm like, very true, very true. I just feel like, I see both sides when it comes to Chris and Nicole. Now, granted, I don't know what all Chris is doing up and through that company. I don't know. It sounds like too as well, like they want Chris to be at their beck and call. And then maybe Chris needs like an assistant or a team. I don't know. They need to figure this out because it is family at the end of the day. Part of me feel like Chris don't even need to work there if it's getting to be this point, because then Quita's in the middle, and she was telling him at their anniversary dinner that she's tired of, feeling in the middle as well, and the decision he makes going to affect everything. He was like, you shouldn't be in the middle, you should just be on my side. And she ain't trying to be on his side. Like I said, she don't respect that man. Anyway, Chris and Quita come to the meeting that Nicole and Jamisha set up for Chris to go over the contract and see what he decides. They were surprised to see Quita. They were like, oh, you done brought your lawyer up in here? Okay. She's like, of course I'm going to be here. I don't blame her. That's his wife. And she works for the company as well. Like, whatever decision he makes is going to affect her. So yeah, she gonna come up and through that meeting. She coming up and through. So he said he did not agree to their contract terms, but he presented his own contract. And then it said to be continued. So we're gonna see what happens with that, y'all. Hopefully it all works out and they can agree on something. Now I'm hearing that our own shows are going to be on a 3-week hiatus due to the Olympics starting this week. Did they start today? I can't remember what day. Or no, I think they start Friday. I want to say they start Friday, but Olympics do start this week. So Carlos King is giving us a 3-week break. I think somebody said the shows are coming back August 16th. I'm just going off of what I heard on YouTube or on social media, whatever. So if y'all don't see me on a Friday night with this show in 3 weeks, that is the reason why. But I ain't mad at the break. But it does suck because we're not going to have much to talk about. We will still have College Hill Celebrity Edition. Okay. And I got to catch up on Love and Marriage Huntsville. So I ain't too mad at being late because, we ain't going to get video. We ain't going to get shows in a while anyway. So y'all get late videos going to help us, stretch it out. I know Bel Air is coming back. My goal is to do Bel Air, but don't hold me to it yet, y'all. I'm like 75% sure I will do Bel Air. And I think they about to do another season of And Just Like That, the Sex and the City series, and Samantha about to be on there. Y'all let me know in the comments. Do y'all want me to review And Just Like That? Because I actually do watch the show. I've just never reviewed it. If y'all want to talk about And Just Like That, the Sex and the City show, let me know. We could definitely add that some kind of way to the program here. Y'all know I'm about to have a lot going on with work and school, but we will work it out. But yeah, I'm getting back into the groove with YouTube, y'all. I really am. But yeah, let me know if I missed something, y'all. Let me know what y'all think of this episode. What y'all think of the whole Lakeisha Karamel drama. Let me know what y'all think of the Chris and this contract and Quita drama. And yeah, I'll talk to y'all again soon. Bye.